Ryan.
Yeah, I want to ask you, each of y'all about each other. Alynah, tell me what makes Rylie special, and then Rylie, same thing with Alynah.
Yeah, Boone's so fun to watch. I actually love watching her. She's just so electric. I don't think people understand the energy she brings to our team and just how she pumps us up and just like the way she is off the field personally with all the teammates. So I just think people appreciate her, but they don't really know how she is off the field too. So she's just one of a kind, and it's going to be very sad for the Sooner fans when she's gone for sure.
Yeah, same thing with Torres. I think people underestimate Torres just about her play, but also the type of teammate that she is. She's always going to show up no matter the circumstance that she's in, and she doesn't really bring that onto the field. So I really appreciate her off the field, but I think she's a better person off the field than an athlete on the field. She's a really good athlete, but just being able to show up for us every single day, and even last year, maybe not starting every single game, but able to bring being the best teammate that she can be that day.
Mason and then Ryan.
Rylie, I think going into that second game Saturday, you were like 10 of your last 13 or something like that at the plate. Just what's going well for you at the plate right now?
Honestly, I think I'm just getting lost in the game. I'm not really focusing on myself, but I'm really keeping my eyes up. I'm not really getting locked in of just my at-bats, but I'm getting so locked in other people's at-bats, and then also taking everything that's going on. It's my last season, so I'm more focused and I'm overwhelmed just by the presence of God, and then also being present with my teammates, because it's easy to look forward. But I'm just so present right now of each pitch, each inning on defense, and trying to support anyone that I can.
And then Alynah, same question for you. Just what's going well for you hitting wise in this stretch?
Yeah, I'm just playing free. Honestly, what trying to piggyback off her, I'm just locking into like my other teammates and what everybody else is doing. Just because I think when the pressure, you don't have pressure when you're thinking about somebody else that's on the field. So just making sure everyone on our team is locked in together, having fun, and when you're having fun, good things happen. So,
Rylie, going back to the doubleheader against Iowa State, Coach talked about needing like an energy shift in between game one and game two. And since that moment, it seems like you've been a central part of the dugout piece of that and kind of keeping that energy out. Is that an easy role for you when you talk about just kind of like being present and making the most of this last year, just being like, yeah, okay, I can be locked in the dugout, like, yes, I am, but was that just natural for you to
Sometimes. I think it gets kind of exhausting, always trying to be out of 10. But I think from the second game that you're talking about, I think I really just locked in with Christ of depending on him for that strength, but also just like exhausting myself for the team. And I think that's what a lot of us do to be a good teammate. So I was from that talk and now just focusing on exhausting myself to serve my team in any way, whether if that's being out of 10 every single game. And I go home, but I can at least say that I gave all that I had on the field for like that day.
the guitar slide? Is that like, did you know that was gonna happen? Did it just like pop out one day? Like, where does that come from, and how is it stuck?
Well, me and Coleman have talked about, like, I really like Elvis. So just like sliding in with the guitar slide, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. There's not really.
So that's like something you'd like talk. It didn't just like happen one day. That was something that you guys would talked about.
Yeah. It was just talked about.
Good questions.
Ryan Avery.
Yeah, Rylie, just going back to that, you said that always being at a 10 can sort of be exhausting sometimes. But how do you recharge from that when you get away from here?
The Word of God, like constantly being in my Bible, and knowing that if I'm not in it, I'm probably going to be out of 5. But like also resetting and not taking the field home with me. I'm not going home and thinking about my bats. I'm more just trying to I'll go to Torres' house, hang out there for maybe like 5 hours. I go hang out with Q. So I'm not really taking softball home with me. I'm separating the two because it doesn't need to go home with me. So mainly just the Word of God, and then remembering that this game's supposed to be fun.
Have you gotten better about separating
Mhm.
those two things?
Yeah.
You in softball and you outside of softball?
Yeah, just being it, like, that also comes with, like, maturity. So knowing that this game is supposed to be fun, like I said, it's like my playground. And so I've been better at not going home with whatever you want to call a bad game, but also just remembering that I'm not here to, personally, I'm not here to be an All-American. I'm here to serve as much as I can.
Appreciate it.
Ryan Chapman and then Bob.
Alynah, we've seen you play basically every spot in the field. We've seen you start, pinch hit, and it seems like you always are same level, whether it's pinch hitting, stuff like that. What goes into the mindset of being able to start a game, second base, outfield, pinch hit, whatever, and still like have the same results regardless when you're tossed in?
Yeah, it's just a mentality. It's something that you prepare for throughout practice. I mean, we're always being put into big situations at practice, like, hey, 2-3 count, or 3-2 count, runners at second and third. So stuff like that. I think it is hard to be in that space all the time, but just having that mindset of like, hey, if you go 100%, good things are going to happen. And honestly, like, I never feel pressure because I know if I don't get the job done, somebody behind me will. So just knowing, like, if I'm in that position where I'm coming to pinch hit or I'm in the game 24/7, I just know that either way, if I don't get it done, somebody else is going to get it done. And just be prepared. I feel like mentality is a big thing and maturity is a big thing. Like, if I know I'm not in the game, I got to be locked in 24/7, knowing, okay, what are they throwing righties, what are they doing, this and that, and checking in with, like, TRA, somebody, another righty, what is she throwing, so I'm ready for that at bat. So, yeah.
Rylie, you're supposed to be playing tonight. You're supposed to be playing last Sunday. Now, I know you've still been working, but does it feel like a mini break, like a chance to get recharged for the second half of the season?
Yeah, just having a talk today with Coach and everyone, just saying, like, having that reset still and then coming back strong. But I'm okay with not playing with that game. It's getting rescheduled. But yeah, it was nice to just, like, have, like, a time to breathe. And then also getting back and ready to, like, keep grinding. It doesn't stop. So it does feel good to breathe, but also I'm excited to go to Kansas because they're hot right now.
Jesse?
Rylie, the number of walks you guys have taken as a team, especially compared to the last few years, is even higher than it normally is. Just how much of that has that been a focus? Is it you guys being even more patient at the plate? Is it the way teams are throwing at you? Just what do you attribute that to? Or is it just random?
No, I think we're just so locked in on at bats. Like, I don't think people understand what energy does in a dugout to a person. I think with Baylor, Sid Sanders facing Benford, Benford having a great season, and just seeing Sid's presence, and she ended up walking, but, like, every single pitch being locked in, those walks that get on base clearly turns into runs. So we don't take a free base for granted. We take what we can get and we just grind it out.
Well, you mentioned Sid. I think she has more walks than anybody on the team, and she's hit a lot of home runs this year. But is that maybe a part of the way she's grown this year too? Just that patience at the plate.
Yeah, just being able to adjust on the fly and seeing her grow from last year, even from ASU to last year and this year. Like, she's growing in at bats. She's growing her game. She's elevating her game to a different level, and you can tell by the way she holds her head in the box. She doesn't look down anymore. She's, like, her head's high. She's confident, and honestly, just knowing that in our dugout, like, we're right behind her.
Daniel?
Alynah, what's kind of like your daily routine, like being a utility player and knowing that you can play anywhere during a game?
Yeah, just be ready. I mean, I feel like I'm always on my toes. So, I mean, it's kind of funny because I have to go up to coach and be like, hey, so where do you want me at today? So, yeah, just being ready. And, I mean, it's kind of funny because I actually didn't take any reps before I played in right field this last time. So, I'm glad that I got the job done. But, yeah, just getting ready and being ready 24/7. So, yeah.
Ryan Chapman?
Is there anywhere else that you haven't played yet this year that you've been lobbying, like, hey, if I'm going to play where else, might as well slot me in here, there?
I'm going to ask coach if I can pitch, actually. I'm going to ask him.
Is that the
Just
last
one
one?
pitch, though. I don't want, like, a bat. I don't want a bat.
Would you rather pitch or catch? Because I know the emergency third catcher thing that coach is like, please stop making that a thing.
I'd rather catch. Just because, like, I don't want to give up the long ball, you know?
Yeah.
I'd rather be like, oh, wrong spot. Ouch.
Could you pitch and catch at the same time, like throw the pitch,
Oh,
then
and
go
then
around
run?
and catch it?
I'm gonna try that. I'll tell Coach I'll ask to do that at practice.
All right, anything else? Perfect.